So I want to share a story real quick about how I went from a fan to fuck you real quick. So for those of you who follow me on Snapchat, go follow it. I went on a bit of a rant or a tangent last night. My toddies keep popping out and you are so welcome. So last night I was on Snapchat and I was just scrolling through, as I do before I go to sleep sometimes. One of the people I follow posted some Snapchats from 4th of July, and one of the Snapchats was a shot of, I'm assuming like the roof of his apartment complex or someone's apartment complex. And he said, I quote, "This is perfect, except for the fat chicks, but other than that, wow." So there are these two women laying down by the pool, which you can kind of barely see. And this grown man decided to point out that his view was ruined by these fat chicks. So, I swooped the fuck in. So I privately messaged this person just to let him know, like, as a viewer, as someone who's been watching him for a while, I was really disappointed and I kind of think it's fucked up. And then I put a screen cap up on Instagram and I said, what a fucking disheartening thing to read on the Snapchat of someone you watch. We live in LA where it's 1,000,000 degrees and enjoying the weather shouldn't be limited to the size of your body or what someone deems desirable. Enjoy your view and think of your friends, families, and viewers who internalize your judgments and feel a little more self-conscious because this felt like a worthwhile thing to share. Shame. And then I added him. To which this grown-up's response was, people get offended every day, B. And I said, not offended, just disappointed, B. So first things first, what I said was so mild. So to anyone that's like leaving super shitty comments or whatever, I'm not asking you to do that. Don't do that. If anything, people that do shitty things use that against us to then enable their shitty behavior. Just don't even feed into it. Okay, bitch, I get it. And I won't go into a whole thing about how freedom of speech isn't synonymous with freedom from response or freedom from critique or even freedom from consequence, really. That's how this works. This is a conversation. You say something shitty, I say, nah. Let's try it. You say something shitty, and I say, nah. Luckily, my soul and my conscience aligns with, logic and also scientific backing for why body shaming is shitty and just doesn't do anything ever, forever, for always. As a fellow creator in this space and as a fellow human on this fucking planet, I think it's super shitty that on 4th of July in Los Angeles, where it's 1,000,000 degrees, you can't go out in a bathing suit to your pool on the roof of your apartment complex without some strange man filming you and mocking you to thousands of people that follow him. Super weird, this idea that people are beyond reproach because they're comedians. No, that's not how that works. And this guy didn't even seem that bothered. But now we have a girlfriend swooping in who just has some things to say that I feel like I need to respond to. So let's go through this. Girlfriend says, you can't preach about not judging people when you've created a post so that your followers can bash and ridicule him. I didn't create anything for anyone to bash or ridicule. By proxy of being in a public forum and saying public things publicly, people can respond and have opinions. So your logic isn't completely sound. Just because you have an audience, you shouldn't say something because people might actually have an opinion about it. No. And also, I do judge people. I judge people's actions because that's what, being a person is based on. How you treat people that can't fucking help you. How you treat strangers. He never said, hey guys, let's make fun of these girls. I never said, hey guys, let's ridicule this piece of shit. He happens to be a loving person who lives and respects all women. Dope, but that's not the truth. Just because he treats you a certain way because you're fucking him, or he treats his mom a certain way, doesn't mean that he just made fun of strange women for being fat. If you were so concerned or a better person, which you claim to be, I didn't claim to be that at all, you could have privately contacted him, I did, and expressed yourself, I did. But creating a post to promote harassment isn't cool. What the fuck do you think that Snapchat post was? Bitch, I'm up, stop. What? All women, shape and sizes are beautiful, but you don't need a man or anyone to convince you of that. No one asked anyone to convince anyone of anything besides how to treat a person like a person or like how to be funny without being an asshole. It's really simple. I'm not upset because this dude doesn't want to fuck fat chicks. If anything, usually these dudes do want to fuck fat chicks or are fucking fat chicks. And if anything, low-key side note, because him and I have mutual friends and I've seen some of the people that he's friends with, those people have tried to fuck me. So, it's not... Or fight everyone who makes a harmless joke or you'll never be happy. My point is that I don't see this as a harmless joke because words mean things and intentions behind words mean things and intent versus impact. It's very complicated. So let me break it down. If I responded to every shitty thing I saw in the world, every horrible comment or joke that I didn't find funny, I would never do anything else. When I respond to things or I call them out, I didn't go into your house. I didn't like break into your house and like read your journal and reveal it to the world. You made a public post. I publicly responded to it, and I publicly think you're an asshole. And here's another thing that I don't understand. Why do we cape for behavior that we wouldn't find funny or meaningful if we weren't fucking the person doing it? This is just a hypothetical, but if these were some of your friends sitting out by the pool, or if this was you, and there was some strange man walking up, filming you, putting it on Snapchat, remarking about how your body, or insert other physical characteristic here, was ruining his view, you would lose your absolute fucking mind. And you probably would run up and be like, what the fuck are you doing? So here is me running up saying, what the fuck are you doing? And just because you happen to be sleeping with this person, or because you happen to be a fan of this person, doesn't mean that they just get like a free key to the city of bullshit. That's not how this works. Am I losing you? I might be losing you. I'm never not going to say something if I feel it in my heart. And when it comes to body shaming, it is so much a part of me and what I've gone through and what I see. And I see real world examples of what people do to themselves when they're treated as less than, when we're all made to feel like our bodies aren't good enough, whether it's through jokes or it's through legislation or it's just through content, which is what this is. I am going to say something because it literally hurts me to fucking not. And it's not good enough to say, well, you have an audience, so you should be quiet. No. That's the problem on this fucking site, is that people have an audience and they stay quiet about important shit and they just do fucking challenge videos and reaction videos, but they don't actually say anything. And that's not a slight to those things. But like, while you're doing the things that you enjoy doing, why don't you say something that's fucking real? When I call something out, it's because I have or I want to call something out in myself. And so I'm not sitting up here pretending I'm perfect or I'm above anyone else, or that I haven't body shamed, or that I don't say things that are probably slut shaming or unintentionally like racist or homophobic, or that I have. I'm learning every day to be a better person. And as I learn those things, I pass them on, because at the end of the day, I want less suffering in the world. No dick is that good to think that's funny. I'm sorry. It's just not. So long story short, use your voice when people are doing shitty things, because that's how we make the world better. Or at least we expose the people who aren't better, and we unfollow them, and then we follow people that are worthwhile. And I'll just put up Mike Falzone here, for instance, because Mike Falzone is great and he's like the epitome of like how to be funny and also to be a good person. So, check him out. Be better people. Use your voice to say things that actually mean something, and enjoy your view without being a shitty person.